Tēnā koutou tamariki mā. Hey, today is Friday, Rāmeri. Can you believe it's the end of a week? It's the end of our full first week being in our Rahui, our lockdown. And so it's been a really different week. It's not like our normal weeks where we have nature kindi and library day, shopping day. It's been a really different thing, and it's a different thing for us all to get our heads around. I hope you're still having fun, that you're singing, having stories, and lots of playing. So today I've got a couple of stories I wanted to share with you. One of them is about a boy called David, and David is really scared of the beach. He's scared of the waves at the beach. It's called There's a Sea in My Bedroom, and it talks about how David overcame his fear and how he discovered that the sea wasn't so scary and growly after all. The second one is called There's Something in the Sea That Is Touching Me. And last of all, I have a song about making music with things that you can find at the beach. So maybe you have some of these things in your house already. Maybe you might be able to have a trip to the beach to find some. Or maybe you can find some other things outside in your garden that you can also use to make music. Have a look and see. At the moment, we have to be really inventive. We have to look at things in a different way. We can look at a stick and find a musical instrument. We can look at stones and find blocks to build towers. Nature Kindi kids are really good at being inventive because you're inventive all the time when you play out in the bush and at the park. You take things that come from nature and you turn them into other things. Quite often you take things like sticks, turn them into phones even. Kua riri tātou. Timata. Tamariki mā, haere ki te whareki. Tamariki mā, haere ki te whareki. This story is called There's a Sea in My Bedroom. David was frightened of the sea. It was a huge, wet monster that gobbled him up, knocked him over, turned him upside down. He didn't like the sea, not at all, not one bit. You can see him here running away from the ocean. But he liked collecting shells. He had fan-shaped ones, some that looked like trumpets and some that looked like curved animals' teeth. They were yellow and grey and pink and purple. Then one day he found a conch shell. It was shaped like a pear, brown on the outside and orange inside. That's a very special shell, said his father. If you put it against your ear, you can hear the sea inside. How could the big scary sea get inside a small shell? Wondered David. But he pressed the shell against his ear and listened and listened. Then he heard the sea. It was soft and growly and friendly. David wasn't scared of this sea, not at all, not one bit. He took the shell to his bedroom and put it on the chair next to his bed. He felt sorry for the sea. It couldn't enjoy being trapped inside the shell. Perhaps he could let it out, just for a short while. It was such a friendly sea, all soft and growly. He stroked the shell and whispered, "Come out, sea, come out. I won't hurt you." He waited and waited, but nothing happened. Then he heard a swishing noise, and the sea rushed out of the shell. It curled around his toes, foamed up his legs, and beat gently against the bed. David was getting wet, but he didn't mind, not at all, not one bit. He flopped down in the water and kicked his legs and splashed. He rode in his toy box, floated on his back, and did somersaults, 1, 2, 3. All around him his toys bobbed in the water. His red tugboat, his yellow wooden duck, and his blue striped seaplane. He scooped handfuls of foam. The bubbles disappeared quickly in his hand. He laughed and laughed and laughed. His mother and father heard him and they called, "What are you doing, David? What are you up to?" David jumped into the waves, then came up for air and shouted, "Mum, Dad, there's a sea in my bedroom. I'm jumping in the waves. I'm getting all wet." "A sea in his bedroom?" said his father. "A sea in his bedroom?" said his mother. "What is he doing?" They opened the bedroom door and peeped in. There was David swimming on the floor with all his toys around him. But there was no sea at all. David sat up. He touched his trousers and shirt and his hair. He was dry. Well, there was a sea, he said. There was. A soft, growly, friendly sea. It lives inside a shell. It's gone back now. His father smiled. "It's not a real sea," he said. "It's just a noise the shell makes when you put it against your ear." But David knew there had been a sea in his bedroom. There was even a small pile of sand underneath his chair. "Look there," he said. "Look there. I'm going to keep it always. I'm going to put the sand into a jar." "Shall we go to the beach tomorrow?" asked his father. "You can go swimming in the sea." "Yes," said David, "that will be fun." He would take his kickboard, his snorkel and his bucket and spade. He wasn't afraid of the big sea anymore. Not at all, not one bit. This is my favourite page in the whole story. I love looking at David and seeing the look on his face. He's become a real water baby and he's having such a great time in the ocean. Is he still scared of the sea? No, not at all, not one bit. Look at the picture at the beginning of the book. Do you remember how he felt at the beginning of the story? He was frightened. He didn't understand about the sea. This story is called "Things in the Sea Are Touching Me." We strolled to the beach, Mum, Ma and I, under a shimmering summer blue sky. Wearing my togs and feeling carefree, I just couldn't wait to splash in the sea. Across the hot sand, my jandals flip-flopped till we stopped by a tree at my favourite spot. Then, dropping our towels, our sunblock and snacks, we ran to the water, the sun on our backs. I entered the waves, the bubbles felt neat. When suddenly something grazed over my feet. "Look in the water, Ma! Golly, oh gee! Something in the sea is touching me!" I shrieked and I squealed and turned on my heel. I grabbed onto Ma with a grip strong as steel. "Don't worry," said Ma. "It's just a wee crab, looking around for something to nab. It's seeking a snack just under your toes. So let's watch it roam and see where it goes." The crab ambled sideways over the sand. I sighed with relief and I let go of Ma's hand. Then, wading out deeper right up to my belly, suddenly there I was, wading through jelly. "Look in the water, Ma! Golly, oh gee! Something in the sea is touching me!" I squawked and I screeched and turned back to the beach. I wanted those blobs to be far from my reach. "Don't worry," said Ma. "These salps are so small, they just float about, not a bother at all. They drift through the water and feed like a filter. No need to let them put you all off kilter." Is that the name of those little round jellyfish that we sometimes find? I peered at the blobs, the gelatinous lumps, trailing my fingers through transparent clumps. Diving under a wave, I dared open an eye, and then I felt a small bump on my thigh. Look in the water, Ma! Golly, oh gee! Something in the sea is touching me! I spluttered and screamed as something unseen was suddenly there where no thing had been. Don't worry, said Ma. It's only a seed from mangroves afar, and the thing that they need is some place to land in, all squishy and soft, in which they can grow and send new pods aloft. Buoyant and bouncing, the pod bobbed away. Watching it drift, I decided to stay. Swimming out further, I felt much more calm, when suddenly something slid over my arm. Look in the water, Ma! Golly, oh gee! Something in the sea is touching me! I yelped and I roared, splashing back towards shore, not feeling so eager to swim anymore. Don't worry, said Ma. It's seaweed, all right, but I can see why you got such a fright. Kelp that's so slimy and floaty, I figure, would feel quite enormous and oh so much bigger. It makes big kelp forests where sea urchins hide, but some break away and end up on the tide. I swam a bit longer, not minding these things, these crabs, blobs and pods, these seaweedy strings. I splashed and I paddled, found courage within, ignoring when stuff touched an elbow or shin. All of a sudden I heard a great screech. It was Ma, who was now headed straight back for the beach. Look in the water, love! Golly, oh gee! Something in the sea is touching me! I looked at my Ma, heaving out of the water, her eyes wide and white, as if something had caught her. I burst into laughter, my hands on my tum. Don't worry, Ma. That thing is just Mum. I think the mum in the story thought it would be really funny to play a trick on Ma. She certainly gave her a fright. I can't wait to get back to the water at Long Bay. I can't wait to go splashing and swimming and to see what's inside. Maybe we can find some crabs, seaweed, mangrove pods. I hope that you enjoyed these two stories that we had about the beach. I thought, since we're having two beach stories, why not have a beach song as well? And you can do the song at your house if you have a few little things that you might have already collected from a beach another time. If your house is like my house, you might have lots of collections. I have some shell collections, some stone collections, some driftwood collections, sea glass collections. So I've raided some of my collections and I've come across 2 stones, really good for a song, make a really cool noise. And I've got 2 sticks. I'm actually recycling my stick puppets and using the other ends for tapping. And 2 shells. They can tap, but they can also make a really cool scraping noise as well. And they're going to be in our song too. Talking about collecting sticks and things, it reminded me of my collection that I have on my coffee table. This is all driftwood, and it's actually driftwood that my Nana found, and after she passed away I decided to take her collection and bring it to my house, and it sits on my coffee table and I've had it for about 20 years so far. I'm a bit of a collector. And the whāriki, the mat that I'm sitting on today, is actually one that my Nana made. This is a quilt that my Nana made for me when I was little. And there's something really cool about the edge. It's got a very soft flannelette fabric. When I was little I used to love to rub my nails on it. I like to have things around me that remind me of other people or that have special memories attached to them. So even though this blanket is now over 35 years old, I like to have it in my house. Part of the song has also got a part about some sand. And I've got a little bottle of sand that I collected from Piha Beach. And I like the sand because it was really dark, really different colour from the beaches that we have over on the east coast. Long Bay Beach, Murray's Bay Beach, Browns Bay Beach, they are different in colour. This one has come from the west coast. So in the song, we talk about using the sand to make a shaker. I'm not sure if you can hear it, have a listen. And maybe if you have some sand at your house, if you can look in your recycling, you might find a bottle and you can make your own shaker. Toru fa. I went down to the beach, and what did I find? I found some sticks to tap in time. Tapping the sticks, 1, 2, 3. Tapping the sticks, you and me. Tapping the sticks I found on the beach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beats each. I went down to the beach, and what did I find? I found some stones to tap in time. Tapping the stones, 1, 2, 3. Tapping the stones, you and me. Tapping the stones I found on the beach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beats each. I went down to the beach, and what did I find? I found some shells to tap in time. Tapping the shells, 1, 2, 3. Tapping the shells, you and me. Tapping the shells I found on the beach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beats each. And with the shells we can also say, scraping the shells I found on the beach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scrapes each. I went down to the beach, and what did I find? I found some sand to shake in time. Shaking the sand, 1, 2, 3. Shaking the sand, you and me. Shaking the sand I found on the beach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beats each. I hope you enjoyed that beach song. Ngā mihi nui. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the video today. Let me know if there's a story or song that you're interested in hearing, and I'll see what I can do. Have a really good day today. Enjoy the sunshine that is still shining. Enjoy your weekend at home. I'll be back again on Rahina Monday to do some more stories and songs, and we'll be together again next week through our videos. I look forward to talking to you again next week. I really enjoy seeing your photos on Facebook and hearing and seeing all of the things that you've been up to. It makes us feel really connected. So keep on posting photos. Ask Mum and Dad if they can send some photos or videos of what you and your whānau are doing. Kia kaha, stay strong. Kia noho haumaru, stay safe. Ka kite anō. See you later.